Bri and Connor. Moving on to Bri and Connor. Bri and Connor, they have a conversation about Chris and what he said. They kind of squashed it. Connor gave a relatively good answer. When the whole thing about him choosing Bri as his number one because Connor said he was going to, Chris said he was going to bow out. But from the conversation that they had in the pods, from what they showed, I honestly, I don't think so. I do think that between Emma and Bri, because Emma had somebody else, and him and Emma with the whole children, kids thing, he was very sure about him wanting that. And like that didn't align. So he's like, I have this other woman who we pretty much align with everything else. So why not? There's even more common ground there, right? So why not? And he went for her. And to be honest, I think it was that simple. The dude is not that complicated. I promise you. He just likes what he likes and he wants what he wants. And once he's made up his mind, that's it. He doesn't stress. You know what I mean? No, literally, he doesn't stress. I stress. But I think I'm more of a Bri than a Connor, if we're being honest. She then shows him a message. I think in that same conversation, I think Chris calls her. He's like, "Where are you?" or something. Honestly, Chris, you need to sort yourself out. Connor says he's jealous. He's kind of jealous, obviously, that some other guy wants her, but he's going to trust her in that moment. And Connor, clap for yourself. You do what? Clap for yourself, because that's right. There's nothing else you can do. What are you going to do? If she's going to go to another man, it's got nothing to do with you. And I like a man that knows his worth. Damn straight. Clap for yourself. Give yourself a star and a star on it. Mwah. Right. Connor, and I think he then said he will be the man. No, they were playing Be the Man I Need. Dun, 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 dun. I said, because they did the same thing with Ashley and what's his face, and Alex, where when they were having that conversation, they played a song. But anyway, they had that, Connor and Bri and Connor, they end up having that conversation. Yeah, they then go to meet his dad. No, they then go to meet her dad. Showed him where she went to college. Nice, it was very cute. They did like this little cake thing where they fed each other. Her family was very welcoming to him. They really liked him a lot. They think that they would work quite well together. Yeah, sure. And then that was nice. I think obviously dad didn't really want to be on camera. Fair play. Bri has Connor's mom and his sister, I think, come to her dress fitting, which was quite nice of her to do. Yeah, the moms kind of talked and all of that. So, but then 4 days to the wedding, they have a little train date. They kind of talked things through. They talked about him missing her family, and he thinks he has a few things in common with her dad, and he's quite confident about the whole thing. And he is constantly just validating her, telling her, you know, she's great with her job, she's this. And then she then says that she feels validated or because he wants her. And okay. She then says something. Someone says something about, oh, but you know, that feeling of when you know, affirming each other, you know, really, they were very, very cutesy at that train date thing that they had. But then obviously 2 days to the wedding, they then have another conversation, they have another date. And I think she had a cold, and she's like, even during that day, she was like, I'm not the best. I'm not at my best right now. But you still love me that way. And that conversation, she validates him. She kind of praises him a lot about how he's been treating her, making her feel like that's what it should look like when she's loved, and she appreciates him doing that for her. Anyway, they ended up breaking up, and I'm very proud of them for doing that. And I'm also very proud of her for realizing that they are not well suited when it comes to, how they behave. And so I think possibly with time they could have made something work. I think they broke up, but it might have been let's kind of see where things go, but let's not get married. I think that was a conversation that they had. I like that they had that conversation because of his family and her family and how they are. You don't want a situation where, you're bringing people from God knows where to come to your wedding and you're going to say no at the altar type shit, right? So she wanted to squash it, and I'm really happy that she did that, because he then said it would have been a yes for him at the altar because he was quite sure. But I think a lot of people have brought this up, that he has his shit together. I'm not denying that he doesn't. He has a job. He's very comfortable. He has his little routine. But here's the thing. I don't think that there's certain things that when it comes to living together that they're not compatible with, in my opinion. And she even said it herself, right? It's not that he doesn't go for things. I think it's the amount of time. He's very relaxed. He's very laid back. When he then decides that he wants something, he'll go for it. But I think at a time like this, I think the level of accomplishment that they both think they require doesn't match on her. And my girl is the girl that was she was talking about when we go on a date, a man should order for me and tell me this is what you want. That's it. Someone needs to sit this woman down and have a conversation with her. I beg your motherfucking pardon. Yeah. She was like, oh, it's a different type of. You don't get to turn your brain off when you're with your partner. Don't do that. You don't. She said she's not used to that type of relationship where there's actual partnership. I'm questioning her entire relationship history at this point when she said this, because what do you mean? This is the part where people might hate me, but technically I think Chris was right. Chris was a dick for the way he said what he said, but Chris was right. Chris was right when he said Connor's not her type, because clearly her type is the one who will boss her around and tell her what to do. But Connor wants a partnership, someone who's present with him and there with him. And I think that she's that. But I think she is so stuck in her old ways and what she thinks a relationship should be like. Whatever, why she thinks that, that's none of my concern. But when there are two people in a relationship and, you know, someone is wanting, I bet you she didn't want to say it, an alpha. And the other one is offering, you know, partnership. You know, they're not gonna gel. They're not gonna gel. While I do think that Connor does need some growing when it comes to how he keeps his home, and maybe a little bit more oomph when it comes to his career, because he's very comfortable with the life that he lives right now, and I cannot fault him for that. Literally, other than him not being clean and like procrastinating all the other stuff like that's the only thing, because what he's offering her, I think it's golden. So good luck to Connor, honestly. Connor, really, really good luck to him. And Brie, go to therapy. Yes. Because your taste in men is very questionable. I think, actually, all the women on the show, I don't know, I think it's the fact that they're Southerners, maybe. Because I can't get over her needing someone to order food for her at dinner, because she was like, oh, when we go to dinner, you asked me, oh, what should we have? I'm like, is that not making conversation? Is that not just partnership? When you sit at dinner at the restaurant and you're going through the menu and like, oh, what are you having? Oh, I'm thinking of this, I'm thinking of that. But you want a man who would open the menu and tell you want steak. Yeah? What if I ate 2 hours ago and I don't fucking want steak? What then? Brie, sort yourself out. Sort yourself out now. Okay. Anyway, I wrote here, you're not compatible, please, next chapter. The way he makes her feel loved is what she's struggling to wrap her head around. And that to me is a massive insecurity. Well, and to be honest, I'm kind of happy for her that she was able to experience this so that she can then move into the next thing eyes wide open, knowing that she is worth a lot and she shouldn't take shit from nobody, and she does deserve to be loved, but she doesn't need it to be in an alpha form. And I think she needs to deconstruct that. It's going to be hard, but I think she's got this, because you're a very independent woman. You've got all your shit together. You've got your life together, and you're tidy. You just need, I think you need someone who is as quick as you are, who's just like that, you know, but they're not that they tell you what to do, but he's like, you know, who's quick. I don't know what the right word is, but you're on the same speed. Because I think Chris might just be a little bit too chill for her, and that might have frustrated her a lot. And that's how you tell that you're not compatible. And I'm happy that they squash things. Anyway, he said, like I said, he would have said yes. Would it continue today? Maybe. Moving on.